You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Before we get to our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender. Mary Walters is in the house.
Amy, it says you are trained in technology. That's very good. Are you adept at Excel?
No.
PowerPoint?
No.
Publisher?
Not really.
Exactly in what area of technology are you proficient?
Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, Vine, Twitter. You know, the big ones.
I'm surprised you didn't say Facebook.
That's for old people, like my parents. That's funny.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. What an intro.
I couldn't resist that one. I saw that one. I know being that last week we tried one that I guess I showed my age. Figured we'll try that again. Is that a little better this time?
That one definitely shows my age.
Yeah, but, well, you know, all of those things, all the way from the very beginning, all the way through. Okay, so we'll figure them out as we go along. Hey, let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Let's see what the goodies are for today. And this one's perfect for me. Today is National Simplicity Day. I am a simple guy, so simplicity makes a lot of sense for me. Did you celebrate Mojito Day yesterday?
I did not.
I
missed out.
Missed that one also. And one of my favorites, 7-Eleven Day. You can go get a free Slurpee. I mean, it's been that way for years, so I don't know if they're still doing that, but it used to be the way. Different Colored Eyes Day is today. I had some Huskies that had different color eyes. Paper Bag Day. You know, this one, I might be going past Mary again here. Eat Your Jell-O Day. What comes to mind when you think of Jell-O?
Shots.
Okay. That works. Yours is better than mine, especially now, because it used to be that you think of Jell-O and it was always Bill Cosby. Yeah, he did all those Jell-O. No, shot. I think I like shot. What used to be that was a wholesome conversation when you talked about Bill Cosby. Not quite the case anymore. Okay, and what else? National Pecan Pie Day. Okay, we got all of that going on. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 96 points today. S&P 500 up 9.83. NASDAQ up 424. Oil down 36 cents a barrel. I just saw somewhere over the weekend oil, gasoline was over $5 a gallon. I don't know where that, I think it was in Los Angeles County. I don't go to Los Angeles County, but over $5 a gallon. 276.6 is the cheapest price in the land. That would not be in California. Let's see what we're doing here in California. The average for the state, 431.3. 312 last year at this time. So what's that, $1.20, roughly $1.20 a gallon we've gone up in price in the last year? Not a pleasant thought. What else is going on in the world? Let's check it out. We'll see if there's anything except, rural America. Are you in rural America? I know some of our stations are in rural areas, but I did notice today that apparently in rural parts of the country, there are no cell phones. There are no copy machines. You can't take a selfie. You can't take a picture of your ID. I didn't realize that. I learned something new frequently when I listen to Kamala Harris.
You know better than that.
But that was her comments earlier that that's the case. That's why it's a bad idea for voter ID, because it's suppressing rural America. Can you really believe that one? Now, I don't know. Maybe the vice president can help us out with this, because they're talking about, the president said last week about going door to door to make sure people get vaccinated. If they're doing that, are they skipping rural America, or can they bring a cell phone with them and take a picture of their ID and help get a voter ID at the same time? I just throw that out there. Apparently, the U.S. is the only civilized country, well, I don't know about that, the only country in the world that does not require a voter ID. I didn't realize that. I just learned. So I learn something new all the time when I get ready for the broadcast. What else is going on? Cuban president urges country's revolution citizens to counter protesters. I guess the protesters in Cuba are not too happy about communism any longer. So we'll watch that one. Didn't hear anything from Bernie Sanders on that. I wonder where his commentary is. He always seems to have a comment on all this stuff. Apparently, Google was not too happy. YouTube, the parent company of YouTube, or actually I guess it's Alphabet now, it's the parent company of both. They didn't like hearing what President Trump had to say, so they took his speech down from the CPAC event yesterday. They've even closed the CPAC account itself for 7 days. I wonder how I think that has anything to do with the fact that the president sued him. You wouldn't think that would have a case, would it? You know better than that one as well. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Let's see what else is going on. Hey, we got a big event coming up. We're going to do a combination about it. I'm going to tell you every day this week, I'm going to give you this information because it's something that you need to know about, something that we're going to be sharing a lot of information on. We've got a big event on Tuesday night, 1 week from tomorrow. We're going to be doing a home buyers seminar. We're bringing those back. Yes, some people like them, some people don't, but we're going to bring them back either way. And I'm going to share with you some ideas here. Now, I can tell you, over the last 3 or 4 decades that I've been doing home financing. Don't laugh about that part, Mary. Okay, last 3 or 4 decades of home financing, I've helped hundreds, maybe thousands of people buy new homes. And I can promise you this, I would believe that we can help you as well. If not, hey, don't pay me anything. Very, very simple. So let's think about this home buyer seminar, what we're going to be letting you know about. There's going to be a lot of information. We're going to help with credit scores. We'll talk about that. We're going to also share the facts versus myths about buying potential. How about $150,000 a year? Or 1 in 4 underestimated their buying potential by $150,000 or more. Think about that concept. If you think, well, I could probably only afford a $300,000 house, and you're off by $150,000, underestimated. That's a $450,000 house. Think you can find first-time home buyers a house for $450,000?
Yeah.
San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange County,
Definitely.
LA County,
Mhm.
Ventura County.
Yep.
Right, there's places all over. $450,000. That's a lot of money. Now, think about this concept at $450,000. We've talked about this many, many times. And most people underestimate or overestimate the amount of money that it's going to cost to get into the house. How much money are you going to need for a down payment? Well, think about this one. I just ran real quick. Now, I don't know what you qualify for. Hard for me to tell because I don't know who's listening right now. But on a $450,000 loan at, say, 3% interest, that's just 3%. 3%, that's probably a fair number. That's $1,900 a month principal and interest. What are you paying for rent? Do you have any idea what the rents are in Orange County? $2,900?
Yeah, they're getting a little up
steep.
there.
I
Yeah.
think the last number I saw was a 2-bedroom was $2,900.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are looking for a new place, and they're talking, their budget for a 2-bedroom is $3,000 a month to rent. $3,000 a month to rent.
It's insane.
Isn't that? Now, I just showed you $450,000, 3% interest is $1,900. Yes, you have to add the mortgage insurance and taxes. If there's an HOA, all has to be added to it. But the thought process is here. Come to the seminar. Check it out. See what you can actually qualify for. Maybe, I would say, Mary, maybe you know this one better than me also. How many people that you talk to really have a good idea, good indication of what they can afford?
Not many.
Not many?
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you talk to that say, I can't buy a house, and then when you look at it, they're ready already?
They're normally paying more in rent.
Yeah. So many people are already ready to buy the house, and they're sitting there paying rent because they don't know any better. So seminar Tuesday night, a week from tomorrow, 5 to 7 p.m. Get your questions answered. rsrseminar.com, or you can go and just text RSR Seminar to 79564. We're going to talk about a lot of information there. We'll give you a lot of free things to work on. Either you qualify right now. There's one of two things I promise you at the seminar. Either you qualify to buy a new house right now, or you qualify for a game plan to buy a new house right now. One or the other is definitely true. So we'll have something for everybody there. You can reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Building your future wealth starts now. Take action and put your money to work for you instead of working for your money. Are you sitting on $100,000 of home equity? Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com. Are you a military veteran, first responder, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, then you're a Ron Siegel VIP hero, and you may qualify for rewards up to $5,000 to $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with a Ron Siegel Radio partner. As a valued VIP hero, you receive special savings, rebates, and valuable discounts. Learn more by calling me, Ron Siegel, at 1-800-306-1990 or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. It's just our way of saying thank you.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there is solution. There are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The mortgage minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now up 104 points. NASDAQ up 9.83. The S&P 500 up 11. 10-year Treasury up 2 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities, they are flat. Not a whole lot going on in the markets today, but in about 40 minutes, we're going to see the markets liven up, especially when it comes to the mortgage market. That's when there's a 10-year Treasury note auction. About 1 o'clock Eastern time is when that happens today. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see where that brings the markets. We're also going to be looking at the Consumer Price Index this month. That's the inflation report. It's going to be released tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. our time. Those of you that like to follow that stuff, I just want to make sure that you have a heads up. So at 5:30, if you've got nothing better to do, like me, market is expecting the all-in headline inflation to rise by 0.5% in June and decrease slightly from 5% to 4.9% is the yearly number. So the question is, how could the inflation drop when we get a 0.5% monthly reading increase? Well, what's it replacing from a year ago? That's how that happens. Core rate of inflation is the most important, strips out food and energy, is expected to rise by 0.5% in June and increase from 3.8% to 4% inflation year over year. The rent component of CPI will be interesting to see as well, as it remains subdued, only showing a 0.1% increase in May, 2% year over year, but is a lagging indicator. The Apartment List National Report showed a 2.3% rental increase in the month of June alone. 2.3% just for the month. Think that could have anything to do with all the moratoriums that are out there, the government influence? Could that be the case? We'll find out. That's the Mortgage Minute today, being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. So every month, right around this time, we like to chat about the mortgage market. What's happened over the month? What are we seeing in the market? We're talking national level, and then we bring it to a local level as well. Mary Walters helps us out with this one each month, brings a different perspective. We've got the old man and we've got the millennial, so we get two perspectives. And we saw, I don't know if you were with us over the weekend on our weekend show, we played a little clip introducing Mary, and many of us know this. Old people know it, but still no idea.
Nothing.
Still no idea. Okay, well, this is a welcome back. You got that part of it, right? Okay, so welcome back.
Thank you.
So we're chatting about the monthly market report. Ivy Zelman came out with a notice. This month's overall home buyer demand rating equaled 86 on a 0 to 100 scale, down from 88 last month, and marking the first sequential decline since November. Percentage of respondents on the Home Price Sentiment Index went to respondents who say it's a good time to buy. Think about this, a good time to buy dropped from June 2020 of 61% to May 2021 of 35%. You finding people that are starting to say maybe it's not a good time to buy?
Yeah, I think with, the rapid appreciation, people are finally like, okay, at some point, what goes up might come down. So everyone's starting to back off a little bit, it seems.
That's an interesting concept, because one of the things that we know when we start talking about people backing off is that going to end up bringing more sellers to the market? Because they've started saying, now they might say, well, I don't want to miss out. They've got a hot market.
Exactly. It only takes one person to sell their home below the appraised value or below what everyone else is doing, and just all goes downhill from there. What point is it at the top? Everyone wants to sell at the top.
Right.
But if one person says, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to get the top anymore, and they start underpricing and they really start going down.
So you think it's going to be a snowball effect?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, again, once one person sells below what the last sale was, it just.
Are you saying we've got to follow the leader mentality?
A little bit.
And it's probably true, because we saw that going up, that everybody felt
What's going on over there?
got way too many wires going here, and I'm trying not to blow Josh's ears out with the cables. Well, we'll figure this out eventually.
What happened to our camera?
Oh, our camera went kind of crazy. Now we get to see the top. I'm glad I got Mary here helping with all this technology. There we go. Are we back? I think can we see us now? Josh is over there just. Josh deals with all of our audio, so he's but he can't control the operator errors on this side.
No.
We'll take blame where it goes, Josh. It's all with me. Showing time index. They're showing that showing's going down as well. Realities of buyer fatigue. That's an interesting concept. Number one is record price appreciation, extremely low inventory, record high percentage of sales over list, record low days on the market, historically low mortgage rates. Are the buyers getting tired of just going out there and shopping?
I think so. A little bit. People are tired of just getting beat out over and over and over. And, as they're getting beat out, they're still just watching it climb even more and more. And
yeah, so they put in numerous offers. Last numbers I saw was 5.4 offers per property.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a buyer out there and you keep putting in offers and you keep getting beat out, are you going to get tired?
Yeah.
And at what time do you say, I can't afford anymore?
Yeah, it can get discouraging, especially as you keep watching prices rise, as you keep getting beat out, and then your buying power goes down even more. Well, not your buying power, but like how big of a house you're going to get for where your price.
Your buying power. Yeah, you had a $3,000 budget, say,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know, a $3,000 budget was going to buy you a 1,600 square foot house,
mm-hmm.
and now that $3,000 budget buys you a 1,200 square foot house.
Mm-hmm. And then you get down to the condos.
Exactly, and you start wondering. You say, something. Maybe I just want to sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And are we at that point yet?
I think we're slowly getting there. It's starting to get there.
So a couple of talking points from the buyers. Number one, expect a turn in the market in the coming months. So we might already see that happening. Market's still hyper competitive. Summers when serious buyers commit 100%. So it used to be, obviously in parts of the country, the buyers go out in the summer because the weather's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, in Southern California, we don't have to worry about snow days in February.
Yeah.
Most parts.
Weather's always good.
It's a little hot for me right now.
Yeah.
Right. I want to stay inside. I don't really want to be going outside in this kind of weather, but that's just because I'm a little oversized, maybe a lot oversized. But there's still a lot of competitive out there. A lot of young buyers are still saying, okay, well, I need to deal with when my kids start school.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So are we about the end of the time when we can buy a new house and still be settled by the time the kids get into school? It's pretty close to the end of that time period.
Getting close. It starts mid-August, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, you've got to find something pretty quick if you're thinking about getting that done before the kids start school.
Mm-hmm.
If you're thinking about moving to school. Now, I don't know about this day and age. I know that when I was young, way back when, we got in a covered wagon and moved only about 2 blocks just because of the school district.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm sure there's still people that are doing that. I think it's a little freer to go to the schools you want to now than what it used to be.
I don't have kids. I want to know.
Yeah. So I think you can actually jump around where, way back when, if you were in the Villa Park School District, you couldn't go to Canyon High School and vice versa. You were stuck where you were. Month's inventory of homes on the market right now. There's still not a lot of supply.
Nope.
Are you seeing more come on?
Slowly.
Are you seeing people that are these sellers, the fear of missing out?
A little bit that they want to sell now because they're all afraid that, after summer, it's going to start leveling off and dropping.
So there's still a thought process that summer's the time.
Yeah.
Which is a good thought. because there is a lot more sales, although I don't know, last year we might have had some pent up comparisons,
mm-hmm.
right? Because of the pandemic. But if you're thinking that, you've got to get moved before it's hard to believe that we're already talking. I'm going to already say this. You want to get moved before the holidays.
Ridiculous. Is it not still February?
Isn't it crazy? Right?
Yeah.
Time is just flying. American home equity skyrocketed. This is a great slide. I love this one. And we've got it on. If you want any of the slides that you're seeing, they actually go through on our commercials. So if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv or any of our social channels, we do get those slides going through during the commercials. We make a video of them. So it's not just listening to boring commercials, right? But American home equity skyrocketing, $33,400 average gain on equity of mortgaged homes, $216,000 current average equity of a mortgaged home. 38.2% of all homes are owned free and clear. Wow. 19.6% increase in equity, totaling over $1.9 trillion. And here's the fascinating part of this. Those are national numbers, right? So for those of us that are in Southern California, national median home price is about $340,000, give or take. $830,000 in Orange County.
Yeah.
So that's at least double, 2.5 times. So I'm not going to try and do 2.5 times 33,400, but it's probably $75,000. Right, that's a lot of equity that's built up in the last year.
Yep.
Right, what could you do with that?
Take that out and buy a rental home. Refinance with Ron and take it out.
there you go, buy a rental. That we're going to talk more about that because that's one of the big programs that you push at Realty Pro 100.
Yes.
Take your money out. I mean, think about this one. Current average equity of a mortgaged home is $216,000, and 38.2% of all homes are owned free and clear. I'm gonna go out right here on a downer, right? So I know that a lot of people that have gotten sick recently, and they've got a boatload of equity, and they need caregivers. I know one person that needs a caregiver and is contemplating going to a senior community, and that senior community is $10,000 a month, right? They want to be someplace nice. They've got a very nice home. They want to be in a nice place. Do you think somebody's going to give them a nice big loan with even though they have 38.2% equity in their home? Maybe they have even more than that. Do you think you're going to get a big loan when you have no job and you need to go into a senior community?
Nope.
Right? Plan ahead.
Yep.
Now, if they talked to Mary 25 years, well, they couldn't talk to Mary 25 years ago, but if they talk to Mary today and 25 years forward, right, you could have enough properties that are generating at that time. Let's say at that time, the $10,000 senior community is costing $15,000. I bet they would have enough money in their rental income.
Oh yeah.
At that point, especially when I just said what rents are going up about 3% and that's been stagnant. Right? Think about that concept. Plan ahead. That's the whole focus. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net and 4 major incentives to sell this summer, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
What's your plan to beat inflation and protect and build your future wealth? If you're not sure, and if you would like to learn the secret of building wealth by utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you own a luxury home or planning to purchase one? If so, your home may be your largest asset, but your mortgage may also be your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team is offering amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates in the 3% and 15-year rates in the 2s. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com or call me directly. My number is 800-306-1990. Licensed under NMLS 217037. Equal housing lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037 and DRE number 018694452.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Yeah, when you're if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv or if you're watching on any of our social channels, hey, pipe up and say hello. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and then hit that bell button or whatever that thing's called so that you'll be able to know when we go live with other broadcasts. You can join in and harass the host, as did my friend Chris there, who wants to know if they had wheels when I went to school. So the answer to that question is yes, and they were wooden wheels on the side of the stagecoach. So just throw that out there. The real-time real estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. 4 major incentives to sell this summer while the housing market forecast for the second half of the year remains positive. There may not be a better time to sell than right now. 4 things to consider if you're trying to decide if now is the right time to make a move. Number 1, your house will likely sell quickly, according to the most recent Realtors Confidence Index released by the National Association of Realtors. Homes continue to sell quickly. The report notes homes are selling in an average of 17 days. Number 2, buyers are willing to compete for your house. In addition to selling fast, homes are receiving multiple offers. In our report, sellers are receiving on average of 5 offers, and these offers are competitive ones. Number 3, when supply is low, your house is in the spotlight. One of the most significant challenges for motivated buyers is the current inventory of homes for sale, which, while improving, remains at near low levels. As NAR details, quote, total housing inventory at the end of May now amounted to 1.23 million units, up 7% from April's inventory and down 20.6% from 1 year ago, 1.55 million. Unsold inventory sits at 2.5 months supply at the present sales pace, marginally up from April's 2.4 month supply, but down from 4.6 months in May 2020. Signs, however, that more homes are coming to the market. Odetta Cushy, Deputy Chief Economist at First American, notes, quote, it looks like existing inventory is starting to inch up, which is good news for a housing market parched for more supply. Number 4, if you're thinking of moving up, now may be the time. Over the past 12 months, homeowners have gained a significant amount of wealth through growing equity. In that same period, homeowners have also spent a considerable amount of time in their homes and may have decided their house doesn't quite meet their needs. Bottom line, with supply challenges, low mortgages, extremely motivated buyers, sellers are well positioned to take advantage of the current market conditions right now. If you're thinking about selling, hey, let's chat. 800-306-1990. Talk to us today. Get a contract in place with one of the great real estate professionals associated with Ron Siegel Radio. Our Team 53 can get you a check in 53 days, maybe even less than that, at the highest price the market has to offer. Good thoughts right there. Again, that's a real-time real estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. So there's a couple of comment or thoughts in that report that I just shared that I wanted to chat with Mary about. Home selling 17 days. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, definitely depends on the area and the pocket, but that's, about average across the board.
Okay, and because these numbers, as I mentioned, the numbers I share here are all national numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to tell us more Southern California numbers. You see agents in all parts of Southern California.
Yeah.
Right? So selling 17 days average.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of offers on each one?
Most of the time, yeah.
And bidding wars?
Yep.
So here's the question. Do you get a bidding war, or do you just basically get to say, okay, here's my offer, and then get one second shot at the egg?
I think it really depends on how many offers are coming in and the listing agent. I think a lot of the buyers right now too are more in the mindset that they have to go in right out of the gate highest and best. And a lot of buyers don't even expect a counteroffer anymore.
Wow.
But again, I think it depends on the situation, how many offers are on the table and what comes in right up front.
That's an interesting thing, because that kind of ties back to what we were talking about in the last segment. If they don't even expect a counteroffer,
mm-hmm.
that's almost like a defeatist attitude going in.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to give them an offer, but I don't think I'm going to get it. And I don't think I'm going to get a counter.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Yeah. I mean, because when you're a listing agent and a seller and you have, 10, 15 offers coming in, you're not going to take the time to sit there and count every single one. You're going to take the highest and best, because normally out of those 15 offers, there's a really good strong offer that you're just going to take.
What defines a strong offer? What are you looking for? What do you see most of the agents looking for that's going to compel them to say, this offer is the best one, Mr. Seller. This is what you need to be looking for?
It's really who's going to get you to the close. Make sure that they have a strong lender behind them, that they can really finance the deal if they're not using cash, that they have a good deposit down, that they have a good down payment. All that stuff goes into it, contingency periods and such.
Okay, so you're looking at interesting that you said a strong offer, a strong down payment,
mm-hmm.
get to the close, and contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mention price, which is cool. I mean,
sometimes it doesn't always come down to the price.
Right.
Sometimes someone can throw out a number out there, but if you look at their situation, it's like, are they really going to close? Because you don't want to open escrow and then have to fall out and then have to put it back on the market. So it's not always price. Price, yes, it does matter, but it's who has the best price, but also who's going to get you to the close.
And that's an important part, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that think it's only price.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case.
Not always price.
Right. I mean, I can go in there with an offer of $2 or $3 million on a $500,000 house, and I can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And prices, and I know that's a wild numbers,
mm-hmm.
but it really accentuates the thought that you got to be able to perform.
Exactly.
And that's the most important thing. If you're thinking about putting together a strong offer, are you able to perform? What are you doing to make sure that you stand out? I just heard an agent that came in, a longtime broker came in here and said that the new contracts, the National Association of Realtors, doesn't even want a buyer's name on there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing that also?
I think they're moving that way. I think they really want to make sure that there's no discrimination whatsoever. I mean, back in the day, and even still a little bit today, is buyers wrote letters and they would explain their situation, their family situation, and we no more. Because that can be seen as discriminatory if you're writing letters and then someone's picking you based off your situation and who you are, sort of thing. It can be seen as discriminatory now.
Wow. And of course, anything's discriminatory now, but I digress. Let's get back to our report here. It looks like existing inventory is starting to inch up, which is good news for a housing market parched for more supply. That's Odetta Cushy, Deputy Chief Economist at First American. We're seeing another significant week-over-week gain in inventory. Great news for buyers. That's Haas. I don't know who that is. Supply is expected to improve, which will give buyers more options, help tamp down record high asking prices for existing homes. That's Lawrence Yoon, Chief Economist at the National Association of Realtors. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean,
are sellers getting more realistic?
I think so. And I mean, at the same time, we were talking about, some of the buyers are coming off the fence a little bit and backing up a little bit because of, the rapid inflation. So more sellers are now coming on the market. And while we're still seeing over ask normally in most situations, it's not like the 30, 40, 50 over ask price. It's more like the 10, 15, 20 over ask price. So it's slowly starting to not be as crazy.
So I'm going to throw this one at you. There's a whole different topic than we've even contemplated. Is when I first started buying real estate, basically the list price was a start of negotiations, and negotiation meant lower than that.
Yes.
Probably for the last 4, 5, 6 years, list price has really been a starting price, but you almost expect that it's a minimum price.
Yes.
Do you think that's going to change?
No, not anytime soon.
So and part of this had to do with, I know sellers, 20 years ago, they always said, let's list high because we can go down. Are sellers worried about that now?
No.
So they realize they've started to learn now that if they list, it's going to go above that, or it could go either way, depending upon, it's really going to market is going to determine their price.
Correct.
Yeah, that's good for people, because if you go high, there's a lot of bad things that can happen when you list your property too high. Right? I mean, it doesn't get any offers.
Or any showings.
Or even worse, any showings. And well, that used to be a standard. There used to be a standard, and I don't even know if it's a number that's contemplated in the market anymore. If you got no showings, your property was 10% too high. If you got no offers, your property was 5% too high. We don't even have to think about those numbers anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody's listing and it's going over the price. Whole different world right now. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, Featured Home, brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. And we're going to continue our conversation on the monthly updates, see where they're going, getting some good information here. And hey, don't forget about the Home Buyers Workshop that's coming up, totally free. It's a week from Tuesday, 5 to 7 p.m. RSRseminar.com, RSRseminar.com, or text RSR Seminar to 79564. Get in there. I don't know how many seats we've got on the seminar, on the virtual seminar, doohickey, whatever they call it. I'm not that swift, but you better get registered so you don't miss out. Reach me anytime. Off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
If you're listening to this program, building personal wealth is a topic you're familiar with, and you probably understand that making money is about creating a high income from a high-paying job or running a business, while building wealth, on the other hand, is about creating a stock of value that goes up over time. You've also probably noticed lately that prices for fuel, groceries, and raw materials are skyrocketing, while your monthly income remains flat. Welcome to Inflation 101. One of the fastest growing wealth building strategies is utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, like the equity in your home. Realty Pro 100 has been helping people like you increase their net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 per year. Now's the time to put your money to work for you and beat inflation. Learn more and start building your wealth by contacting Realty Pro 100. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Receive free information on how the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program works and if it's the right wealth building strategy for you. License DRE 02059058.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments, paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, the featured home segment today. Being brought to you by my favorite lender.net, 325 Marwood Avenue. Welcome to the sweet home on the highly sought-after street, Marwood in Fullerton. You'll love the charm of the Spanish-style 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. This home boasts 1,797 square feet of living space, has a living room, family room, dining room, newer central heating, air conditioning. I hope that works well right now, and ducting. Interesting. I wonder if there's air conditioning that does not have ducting. New to me.
Fan?
I don't know. Fan, maybe. I don't know. I've never saw that before. Conveniently located to downtown Fullerton. That sounds fun. Freeway close. You don't want to miss this charming diamond in the rough. $899,000, 1,797 square feet. Hey, let's look at some financing options. 10% down. We're looking at $3,411 a month. 20% down, $3,032 a month, 25% down strategically, $2,708 a month. That's principal and interest payments only. You have to add the mortgage insurance, the HOA. Well, there is no HOA, insurance and taxes. And for those of you keeping score, compliance people, I know you're there, 3.21 APR, 3.048 APR, and 2.831 APR, NMLS 217037. Again, featured home brought to you by Marcy Thomas, TNG Real Estate Consultants, 325 Marwood Avenue in Fullerton. Give me a call if you want more information or to meet it. Marcy or any of the agents that we talk about on Ron Siegel Radio. Back to our conversation. Mary Walters, Realty Pro 100, is with us, helping us out with the millennial perspective. Actually, greater than a millennial perspective, because you get a bigger perspective than just that. But the Orange County perspective, Southern California perspective of the national report that I get every month. Seller talking points. Don't be too unrealistic. Wait and you'll miss out on an extremely attractive market. It's never been a better time to sell. Price appreciation will moderate as rates and inventory rise later this year. Rates rising later this year. Interesting thought right there, maybe. And never been a better time to sell. I think that's always the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, there might be, generally, for the most part, it's always a good time to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, better time to sell. I mean, prices are high. There's a lot of competition for that property. So It's a good time to be out there selling right now.
Yeah. And like you said, like when we looked at all the equity that people just gained, they have so much more money in their house right now, so much more equity that they could be taking out if they sell right at the top.
So here's the thing, sell at the top. If you bought a house a year ago, that might be a little problematic to sell, but you can still take the equity out and buy, right? That's a big program right now because real estate is still a great time to buy.
Yeah.
I had an agent on about 4 years ago, and he told me he knew precisely when the best time to sell would be.
When's that?
3,000 years from now.
Yep.
Right? Prices are going to be higher. Right? We always know that. I don't think real estate's ever gone down in any 10-year block of time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you look at it, even at the worst of times in 2009, by 2019, it was already profitable.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so that's the whole thing. So right now, even if we were at a high time, even if prices did moderate a little bit, which maybe they will, maybe they won't.
Mm-hmm.
But 10 years from now, it's still going to be great. You're going to be happy that you bought today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have a good example on that too. So my parents actually bought right before the downturn in 2008. They bought around like 430-ish, I believe. They're about to place their home on the market. It's going to be placed probably somewhere just under 700.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that. That's what probably about a 70%, 80% increase.
And they were kicking themselves when they bought because they didn't realize like they bought right at the high and then everything crashed and they were pissed.
Yeah. So do a little math here, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's a 70% increase, that's roughly 6% per year
mm-hmm.
on the total price of the property
mm-hmm.
every single year. Now, my guess is if they're like most people, they didn't pay cash.
No.
So, and I don't want you to tell me personal business, but say hypothetically they put 20% down.
Okay.
So that would mean that their return on their investment is 30%, 5 times 6.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Right. So 30% a year. Where else are you going to put your money for 30% a year?
Exactly.
Right. I mean, so real estate is a great place to be. So if you can take the money out of your property. Now, here's the other concept is if you bought in the last year, you've got a lot of equity, take the money out as much as you possibly can, leave 25% behind and go buy another primary residence.
Yeah. And a lot of people say like, oh, investors, they always wait till the downturns to buy. That's not exactly true. Like a lot of them do. There's a lot of investors buying right now because they do see.
Well, to prove your point, we just saw the last number I saw just came out about a week or two ago. Cash purchases, which is highly investors,
mm-hmm.
right, went up 50%. The amount of people buying for cash went up 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people out there still buying for cash and thinking it's a good time. So let's look at some forecast ideas for where we think the second half of 2021 is going to be. Maybe not where we think it is. How about where so-called experts think it's going to be? Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, National Association of Realtors talking about mortgage rates. Third quarter 2021, 3.17. So that's up about almost a quarter of a point. Fourth quarter 2021, 3.37. So that's almost up a half a point. I think last week the Freddie Mac number was 2.9. First quarter 2022, 3.47. Second quarter of 2022, 3.57. Now, millennials, they say 3.57. They say, holy cow.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy high.
That's a crazy high number. Right? Those of us that bought in the 80s, we said, okay, 3.57, not bad as long as we get rid of that one in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, a whole different scenario. Home price forecasts. Now, one of the best in the industry, Ivy Zelman of Zelman Associates, 10.6% forecast for the next 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Still a big number.
That is a big number.
That's almost a scary number.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
it can't keep going that way.
Right. I mean, $800,000 median home price in Orange County. That means we're looking at $880,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where else are you going to put your money? Put 20% down. That's $160,000 down. So you had 50% in 1 year.
Yep.
Right? Gold isn't doing that. Even what's that guy's name that does all the gold commercials? I don't remember his name. William Devane. William Devane. I know. So the MBAs, NAR, they say home price appreciation 9.2. We don't even put CoreLogic on here because they've been so out of touch recently. Builder confidence down just a little bit. That's a good number to really watch. And they say it's down a little bit, but I mean, it was over 80. It's at 81 now. So it's been over 80 for since about August of last year. So builders are still confident. They're putting big money in. That's an investor confidence, right? If the builders are out putting a lot of money in there, we know that we're still looking strong. Shares of mortgages in forbearance with less than 10% equity. So you hear all these people saying, okay, we've got all this forbearance happening. When those come to the market, prices are going to crash.
No. Not
going to happen.
No.
Well, and you look at this, based on the current loan to value, the amount of mortgages with less than 10% equity is 4%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like nobody.
Yeah. People are going to protect their equity.
How do you do that?
I mean, you have to have a plan in place. If you are one of those people who are in forbearance and you're really looking at you're not going to be able to pay it back, go talk to a professional, put a plan in place now, sell now or sell later, put a plan in place to make sure you protect that equity. You don't lose it in a foreclosure.
Beautiful. Exactly. That's the whole concept right there. So you say, what if I sell my house, even if you buy a smaller property, or if you need to rent for a little while?
Yeah. And it might not be the ideal situation, but it's better than going to foreclosure and losing how many hundreds of thousands in equity.
Right. So sell now, buy a smaller house, or lose a couple $100,000 in equity. That seems to me like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a hard decision.
Not very difficult. The toughest thing is saying, you know something, call 800-306-1990. Just say, let's get a game plan together, put you in touch with one of the great real estate professionals like Mary, who can help you with putting that game plan together. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh and Sean, who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim